Hello there, everyone, and today is a very sad day. So, officially, at 28,400 ish, I've just sold all of my Bitcoin. And in this video, I'm gonna explain exactly why. Huge thing, and just it makes me, it's such a huge pain for me to make this video. Did you guys just believe me? Happy April Fool's Day! Well, I hope that you didn't have a heart attack. So, apologize, I just had to do it because it's April the 1st, so happy April Fool's Day. But, all the jokes aside, I did make a huge mistake when it comes to Bitcoin. So, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what I did wrong. I made a huge mistake, and I have to come clean with it. I have to show you exactly what I've done. First, let's go through the context. I'll show you all the news. I'll show you everything that is happening. We're going to analyze as to why Bitcoin is not pumping on this, kind of better PCE reading than expected, and what is happening to my trade, etc. So if you enjoy these updates, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're always notified when I make new upload, and let's get straight into this. Before we come back to the chart, let's quickly go through everything you need to understand. So there has been a lot of talks about the current de-dollarizing that is happening, the dollarization. So that China and Brazil are actually striking a deal to use their own currencies to trade instead of the dollar. Then what we're also saying that the petro yuan, because right now we have a petrodollar, so it's like the global reserve currency. But right now we're starting to see yuan going global, and this is the currency of China, and so that's why they're trying to already call it petro yuan. And as they're saying here in Forbes, the need for better alternative reserve currencies to break the dollar dominance. So what does this mean? Again, watch this video till the end. This is going to be one of my most important videos through my whole YouTube channel. Remember, if you want an exchange that you can trust, where I actually have my trade open, and yes, my trade is still open, but I will explain to you exactly what is my current outlook for this $84,000 in profits. If you want an exchange that you can trust, then use my exclusive link down in the description of this video to buy a bit, and this is where you can claim up to $30,000 in initial deposit bonuses. You enter into a Rolex giveaway. Still have one Rolex left. It's impossible to give it away because when somebody wins it, they don't have $100 in their account. So also, if you deposit more than $500, you'll get my famous paid crypto course for absolutely free, and all deposited users get access to my crypto signals community. There is a link to it down in the description of this video. This is where I post all of my trades and the trades of my team, and we're doing like exceptionally well. And the actual trade results of our members are absolutely astonishing. There's 30,000 traders in here, so come and join us. Everything is free. You just need to join this VIP signal section using your Bybit UID once you deposit using my link, and that's it. So join us right now. And back to this right here, because it's gonna feed the narrative of why I've made probably one of the biggest mistakes in my life when it comes to Bitcoin, literally a couple of days ago. So what is this whole petro BRICS? So BRICS nations is right here on this example in this map. So the red one is the current BRICS members. So it's Russia, it's China, it's India, it's actually coming to also UAE and Saudi Arabia, and the orange ones are the proposed BRIC members. So like again, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Algeria, Mexico, Argentina, and Brazil is in there already. We've seen this deal between China and Brazil, and also between China and France to pay for oil actually without the dollar anymore. So this is huge, and this is monumental. And again, watch this video till the end. We're going to get to the price chart. I'm going to explain exactly what this means. So right now, we're starting to see a lot of FUD that the US dollar is losing its reserve currency status, and etc. And actually, Elon Musk said that this is a serious issue, and that the US policy has been too heavy-handed, making countries want to ditch the dollar. And they really do want to ditch it. I mean, look at these countries. They're forming, and again, watch this video till the end. Right now, James Phillips, and this video right here, this is actually Mr. Putin and also his Chinese friends, and this actual video, again, you can find it on Twitter. But as he says here, the change that hasn't happened in the last 100 years is coming, and we are driving this change together. So Russia, Asia, Africa, and Latin America to use Chinese yuan to settle trade instead of the US dollar. So US dollar as the global reserve currency is nearing its end. No more money printing. So it kind of sounds bad for Bitcoin because we already used to this global liquidity, etc. And so much money coming from US into Bitcoin. But before you become upset, watch this. So also right now, as so many people are saying in this, I'm not gonna play it, but for those who don't know, it's actually what they're calling it right now is the Operation Sandman, and there's been some talks about it for quite some time. Is a collaboration of 100 plus nations in agreement to simultaneously sell off their US Treasury holdings, sending them back to the US to collapse the US dollar. So there are a lot of people who are upset right now with all the printing that the US has actually done. Now, this is what we have to understand as to why all of this is actually important. This is the rise and the demise, cyclical rise and demise of any fiat currency out there. This is what we've discussed. First, it's always new order, strong leadership, inventiveness, education, strong culture, blah, 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 blah. So it was always the American dream, United States, gold standard, blah, until Nixon took it off the gold standard in 72, I believe. Then we see the next stage at the top, less productive, overextended, losing competitiveness, wealth gaps, etc. And then the decline. Large debt, printing money, internal conflict. And if you're going to see all of this, we're actually seeing this right now. We're actually standing right now at 17, right here. Weak leadership, loss of reserve currency, and 16. So 16 and 17. Internal conflict we have, printing of money we have, large debt we have, $31.4 trillion. And then it ends with number 18. So this is what you have to understand. And I mean, just historically, look at global reserve currency since 1450. It was Portugal, Spain, Netherlands, France, Britain, and now it's US. And all of them haven't survived more than 110 years. Spain, 1530 to 1640. And right now it's been about 94 years for the United States. So I mean about 100 years. So are we coming close to the big deal, to the actual de-dollarizing? So then, you know, if we think about this, that this actually has to be very positive. I'm going to get to the big mistake that I've made when it comes to Bitcoin in just a second. If we're going to think about this, if the dollar at some point is going to start showing huge weakness, it should be very positive for Bitcoin. But then the question is, plus the good PCE reading, why aren't we pumping? Well, the thing is, to quickly get it out of the way, I'm going to get to my explanation of my biggest Bitcoin mistake ever. And this is right here. Bitcoin investors are on the edge right now, as well as are taking profits. And here, actually, in the past week, CryptoQuant spend output profit ratio data has surged above 1, indicating that certain traders and whales are cashing out after a period of steady gain. So we're starting to see some price suppression. So in the short-term perspective, it can be a bit painful. But so this is just an explanation as to why we're not pumping, because we're saying we're trying to break 28,700 so many times. We're going to go to smaller time frame. Actually, we've spoken about this wedge right here. We broke out of it. We actually met the target of it right here at 28,700. But now we yet have to meet the target of my long trade at about $30,000, because we're still above all resistances, and we just have to push to 30K. Do I believe we're going to push it to 30K? Well, I mean, obviously, because I'm keeping this long trade open at $84,000 with profits, a $500,000 long trade. However, guys, now the question then is, Thomas, what is that biggest mistake that you've made? Let me tell you. And I mean, I'm just getting out of, but I'm not getting out of Bitcoin. I'm getting out of fiat. And the mistake I've made is this right here. So 2 days ago, I just posted this on Instagram. I bought a track car, and here is the video of it. Actually, I've bought a track car, a GT3 RS. And by the way, follow me on Instagram, a lot of really cool stuff. And I paid in Bitcoin. It was almost 10 Bitcoin plus the plate number, because the plate number alone was $20,000. So it was 1 Bitcoin for the plate number almost. So I paid 10 Bitcoin. I thought it was really cool. But then I realized what kind of a mistake and what kind of an idiot I was. Because I have a bunch of Bitcoin, but selling, going into a Porsche right now from Bitcoin is just so stupid for like marketing purposes on Instagram. Yeah, I spent 10 Bitcoin on a car. Idiotic. So I actually I replenished, I bought 15 Bitcoin today, this morning, because I woke up with an itch, feeling that I'm an idiot. So I took the USDT I had, and I bought 15 Bitcoin instead of 9 point something that I've spent on the Porsche. So this is the biggest mistake I've ever made in my entire life, because I believe with this, what is happening potentially, and is going to unfold in the next coming year, because it's not going to happen fast. It's going to unfold in the coming years, in my experience, in my understanding as to how this curve works, because this is not a few years here. You know, it takes a lot of time for this to happen. So when this does, I don't want to be in the dollar. I'm sorry, I just don't want to be in the dollar. I'd rather be in Bitcoin, whatever else, just not the dollar. So certainly it's going to bring a lot of volatility, but guys, you have to wake up right now, because a monumental shift the change that hasn't been seen in the last 100 years, potentially is literally around the corner, because all these numbers, they simply don't lie. So my target right now, it still remains at about $30,000 per Bitcoin for this long trade, and then we're going to reevaluate the situation. And certainly all of the, if we're going to be breaking down through this level of 27,800, then would be quite sad. But I'm still quite optimistic, but a short-term pullback is possible. Guys, check out this quick tutorial as to how to trade Bitcoin with proper risk and money management. Don't make these kinds of stupid mistakes. Spend dollars on cars, watches, apartments. Don't spend your Bitcoin. So never. I mean, that's just not financial advice. That's just a stupid mistake I've made. We'll never do it again. Hodl. All right, stay smart, stay rich, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.